So, this is not a Nipsey bag reveal. What it is, okay, I, yesterday, I picked up my contacts, all right? So some of you may not know that about 6 years ago, I woke up on a Friday morning and I was blind in my right eye. Could not see worth squat. Made my way to my optometrist, which is on Watson Road. I'm in Festus, so it was a little while of a drive. And he was just acting really strange and just kept saying, well, I see something, but I don't know. So he's like, give me a minute. And he did all these tests and he came back and he said, I don't know what I'm seeing, but this is the phone number to an ophthalmologist, and I want you to go first thing tomorrow. I have you an emergency appointment scheduled, and do not cancel this appointment. So I'm like, that's kind of weird, didn't even ask me. I said, well, what's going on? I don't know. I see a little something, I'm not really sure. The ophthalmologist can take care of all of that. And I'm like, all right, that's kind of weird, but all right. Wake up Saturday morning, and of course I'm still blind, and this appointment is at 7 a.m. on a Saturday morning. So I drive to the ophthalmologist, who quickly and casually says, oh yeah, you have a acute onset of glaucoma. And I'm like, she's like, glaucoma? I have glaucoma in my right eye? He goes, yeah, it's just not uncommon. I said, it just woke up, and I'm blind in this eye, and I thought glaucoma was like the slow thing that, that's what I had always heard, that, from the outside, your peripheral vision, and it kind of shrinks slowly. I didn't think it happened like you just wake one day and you're blind. He goes, oh yeah, that's why we call it, acute onset glaucoma. It's not rare. It's common. I see at least 10 a week. And I'm like, you're one ophthalmologist in St. Louis. St. Louis, how many ophthalmologists can there be? And he alone sees 10 a week. This is kind of freaky. He goes, but you do have to have laser surgery within the next week or so, or you will never get your sight back. And I'm like, that's a little worrisome, because I had literally just turned 40 a week. I mean, a month prior. So I'm like, okay, that's kind of crazy. It's scary. So he gives me these drops, and he says, you have got to put these drops in your eyes. And it's not really a drop. They were like an oozy goo, twice a day. You have to. If you do not, the pressure will get too high, and I will not be able to recover your eyesight before the surgery, during surgery. So that's scary as shit, right? Okay. Fast forward 2 days, Monday morning, I wake up. Yes, I'm still blind in my right eye, and guess what? I am blind in my left eye also. Both of them did the same thing as the right eye. So it's like 7 o'clock in the morning. My oldest daughter is already at college, and due to her scholarships, she couldn't miss any days. My then husband, was in St. Charles, which is 2 hours away almost. And I'm trying to figure out how the hell I'm going to get to my ophthalmologist. So I called them, and they said, yes, get in here as soon as possible so we can confirm, yada, yada. And I'm like, how? And the neighbor there at work, I'm like, there's no way. I have no idea how I'm going to get there. So when I say I wake up and I was blind and I couldn't see, it is really weird. There's like a void in my vision, but I could see around that void. It's weird to explain, but it was like there was all I can say is there was a void. It's like you look here, and I'm seeing the dresser is straight on, and I couldn't see the dresser, but I could see everything that was around the dresser, and it was kind of like touching each other. Creepy. So I drive 40 miles an hour to St. Louis to my ophthalmologist, who says, yeah. This happens. Usually when it happens, it does happen in both eyes. I said, you could have told me that on Saturday. He goes, well, I didn't want to freak you out. You'd be waiting for the ball to drop. And, I kind of figured it would probably happen before the surgery, which was that Thursday, which was 4 days away. So, gotta put the ooey gooey drops twice in my eye and that one. So Thursday, fast forward to Thursday to my surgery. It's a laser surgery. And what they do is the lasers, they drill holes in the inside corner of your eyeballs. They do not, like in the LASIK machine, they don't like put these little things and hold your eyes open. He just tells you, do not close your eyes or you will have a hole in your eyelid. And by the laser. And I'm just like, this is creeping me out. So they put these, he goes, oh, you're going to be numb. We're putting these numbing drops in your eyes. So they put the numbing drops in my eyes. That mofo lied his ass off. That does not deaden shit. And if it did, then I would have hated to feel it without those numbing drops. It felt like 1,000 hornets. Not even bumblebees, not yellow jacks, not bees. Hornets. And those suckers hurt. Stinging my eyeballs at the same time. It hurt bad. Bad, I'm telling you. And of course, my right eye had glaucoma, like, you know, a day without the drops. And it had, it had it for 3 days longer, so the right eye was much worse. My right eye was my dominant eye. Say the what was. So, that means I have glaucoma. The laser surgery worked, of course, and I got within a day or so, I regained all of my vision back, which was awesome. And, but I had glaucoma. The only upside to that is, no, not marijuana, because that's just the myth and that doesn't work, is that my medical insurance now pays for my eye exams instead of vision insurance. And my children's eye exams as well, because glaucoma is considered hereditary, so they have, the medical insurance will pay for an eye exam every year, including their glasses if needed. Just one set, but so that's good. So now every year I would talk to the doctor about, you know, LASIK, because slowly after getting glaucoma, my eyes started getting worse. Now, of course, age does not help. You know, I'm not 40. It's a few years down the road, so I am not seeing as well. You know, age doesn't help. So it's slowly but surely the vision was getting worse. And with that, I would ask him about LASIK. I'm tired of wearing glasses, these reader glasses. And at one point, my vision far and near was just knocked out. And I had to have trifocals. Trifocals are so you can see far away. I can see the computer, and that's because that's what my job is. You know, a lot of computer work and reading. Trifocals. You want to talk about screwing with your head. A trifocal will screw with your head. So, but then as you age, sometimes your corneas and your retinas or whatever flatten, and your nearsight, your farsighted rather, will get better. So I can see far away now. It's 2020, but the near reading, not so good. You guys are kind of a blur right now. So your eyes have to be stable for LASIK. So I talked to him about LASIK the other day, which was my, 6-year checkup. And he's like, well, your eyes are stable, but I have to explain LASIK. It says it does not correct vision in both of your eyes. I'm like, well, sure it does. And that's what I always thought. LASIK just fixes it so you don't have to wear glasses anymore. Okay, well, though, that's not true. It will fix your eyesight if you're in both eyes, if like you're going blind, and if it's like a correctable thing, it can do that. But otherwise, LASIK, they literally really only do surgery on one eyeball to make it so one eye sees far away and one eye sees closer. So can you imagine that? That's called monovision. So that sounded weird to me. But I'm tired of wearing these glasses on my head. I go into a house for work. I have my iPad. I have these glasses. I have those glasses. I have a flashlight. I always carry a flashlight. And then my ink pens and my notepad. I have too much to carry on to. I'm tired of wearing these. Tired of it. I can see you better, but I'm tired of wearing them. Never mind, I have 30 different pair and all different sizes and all different colors, and they're just really a wonderful fashion statement when I'm wanting a fashion statement. But I'm tired of the fashion statements. So, Doc, and he goes, well, Debbie, most of your insurance isn't going to pay in it. If it does, it's going to be only like 10%. It's probably going to be only like $300. Otherwise, you're going to pay all, between $2,500 and $3,000 just for that one eye, and you don't know if it'll take. And within 10 years, because of your age, you will have to have surgery again. I'm like, no, because LASIK fixes things, right? No, LASIK doesn't fix things. It's a temporary fix, apparently, until you get to a certain age cap, which is about 55, when your eyes stop aging. Yeah. I learned a lot that day. So my eyes are stable enough, except for he requires contacts of Monovision to make sure that you like it, A, and B, to make sure that your eyes and your brain, not everybody's brain is compatible enough to figure out Monovision. Who'd have thought, right? But some people just go and have their LASIK done. They don't try it, and so they don't like it, and it's too late. You've literally sliced and diced your eyeball, and you're gonna have to wait the 5 years or whatever until your eyes start aging out of it. So I'm like, all right. So I go out to my optometrist and I tell him I'm going to try this Monovision because I'm really tired of this. I likely will never have the surgery unless I'm 55 or my eyeballs are done. So I picked him up yesterday afternoon. Figure out, put him in, put him out, put him in, put him out. So prior to my glaucoma, my right eye was dominant, and as time went on, I realized my right eye was not dominant anymore. I knew that my left eye was, because my left eye will take over. It will take charge, and my right eye is a lot weaker, and that is because the glaucoma was a lot worse in that eye. I had to have like 7 holes drilled into this eye, and only like 3 holes in my left eye. So yeah, it was much worse. So I did that. That was crazy. It's crazy. Monovision. This is my take on Monovision. That's what this whole video is. I'm a normal person, right? I go to work. I come home. I have a kid. She's an adult, but she's still my kid. I have a house. I have pets. You can hear my dog rolling around, whatever, while I'm doing this. She's scratching her back, doing her bicycles. And, I'm just a normal person. Nothing special about me. Not at all, trust me. Nothing special about this girl. So, except for apparently, acute onset of glaucoma. I have no makeup on, excuse me, none whatsoever. I don't even have my Monovision contact in. So we decided that my left eye would be, since it's dominant, will be my distance eye, and my right eye, since it's weak, will be my close-up eye, and that way it will not have to work as hard. And since the right eye vision can be worse anyway, and plus I'm chronic dry eye in the right eye, which is because of the glaucoma and the holes in the eye, which doesn't really work as well with the contact as it's supposed to. But yeah, that's just the way, the balls that bounced in my court. So Monovision gave me a headache, made me nauseous for the entire first hour. I thought I was going to vomit, but so close-up was better. So when I would drive my car, before, I couldn't wear glasses because that was only for close-up, unless I had my bifocal on, which I haven't done bifocals in a while. So I can only see distance. So when I would look at my speedometer, I had to make sure I knew which car I was driving, like one from work or my car, because I had to make sure I see what the speedometer is and the shape outline of the numbers. I mean, if I know where the number is, I know the outline of it. Or I'd have to put my glasses on and I could see the speedometer. You don't want to be pulled over by a highway patrolman and say, sorry, I didn't know I was speeding because I can't see the speedometer. That wouldn't sound so great. I probably wouldn't be allowed to drive for a while. Or ever. So, but when I put the contact in and I was driving, I could see the close-up. It adjusted really well. I should say the mid. It adjusted really well. Reading, it didn't adjust as quickly. And they did tell me to wear them every single day for at least 2 weeks. And so I talked to somebody who's had LASIK. It was a recent LASIK procedure about 2 months ago. I'm going to ask him, all right, is the point of Monovision, because nobody really clarifies this stuff for me, to see everything the way you would think that you're supposed to see things, like to see normal? Is that the point? Yes, that's the point, and that's exactly how your brain is supposed to get to. That's why people worry that their brains are not compatible with LASIK, or Monovision, I should say, not necessarily LASIK, compatible with Monovision. So if your brain is not compatible with Monovision, you will always have an off balance, which is what you have when your brain is learning how to deal with the Monovision. Distance, during the day, I can totally see the off balance. I can totally tell my right eye is seeing closer up, and my left eye, I'll sometimes do this. It kind of like helps, and then as soon as I take away, it kind of like helps me focus long distance. And then, yeah, I don't know. It does tire my eye out more, and I had a headache all afternoon. And I wore them up until about an hour and a half ago. From, I would say, 11 until about 5, maybe 4:30. I took it out, and just to let my eyes rest. He didn't tell me I had to wear them all day, every day. Okay, dog, I literally just put this new clean quilt on this bed, and it's totally got fur everywhere now. Okay, so this is Monovision, my view of it. Day 1. I will try to do an update in about a week to let you know how it's going and if my brain is actually catching on to it. I'm afraid my brain will not catch on to the distance, which is what I'm afraid of, because I can't go around with a headache every single day or nauseous every single day, and I don't want to. Well, you'll just get used to it. I want to get used to it, but I want to get used to it correctly, because I don't think that's good for my eyes or my brain for it not to be doing it correctly. That makes sense. And I'm not a eye doctor. They won't let me play one on TV. I'd be an awesome eye doctor or anything on like that on TV, but they won't let me do that. So, all right, 17, almost 18 minutes of telling you my version of Monovision and why I tried Monovision, and my story of glaucoma. So if any of you guys have acute onset glaucoma, apparently it's not rare, so don't worry. You're not so special. And then I will let you know how everything's catching on. All right. Bye.